800-275-6703. His offices are conveniently located at 2810 East Oakland Park Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale and at 1200 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton. Call now, 800-275-6703. That's 800-275-6703.
Looking to get more business in 2016? Join the Better Living Home and Garden Expo at the James L. Knight Convention Center, March 4th through the 6th. Get your business in front of thousands of consumers for a small investment. To sign up as an exhibitor, call 888-214-6607. A great way to generate leads, know your competitors, and the bottom line, increase your revenue. Call 888-214-6607. That's 888-214-6607.
We make it our business to know your business. South Florida's Money Talk Radio.
South Florida's Money Talk Radio.
WSBR.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Welcome to How to Increase My Credit with your host, Lawrence K. In your personal life or in your business as well, good credit is what it takes to reach your lofty goals. Learn how to legally and ethically increase your credit fast. Lawrence K. has the answers you need to succeed with increasing your credit. Get even more details at increasemycreditfast.com. Now, here's Lawrence to tell you all about it.
Okay, thanks so much, and welcome back. You know, what I want to talk about that I think is probably one of the most misunderstood areas as far as building a credit or on a credit program are trade lines. A lot of people are out there signing up for credit repair companies. A lot of times they take months to remove negative inquiries or adverse type programs that are on your credit file. But adding trade lines is one of the most legal, ethical ways to increase a score anywhere from 40 to 150 points. Here is how they work, and it's very easy. Let's give an example where a parent gives a credit card to their son or daughter, and they say, look, I'm going to make you an authorized user. Well, what happens is, being an authorized user, those credit files and those credit cards show up on that person's individual credit report. So it helps them to establish credit, so to speak. Well, we do the same thing, only you're not getting the actual credit card. You're getting a seasoned authorized trade line that basically goes on your report, usually within 30 to 45 days, and can increase the score anywhere from 50. I've seen it as high as 170 points. Now, here's how they work. They stay on your credit file for anywhere from 30 to 60 days. Then they will stay on the file for another 7 years as a paid closed account. This helps people in so many ways that want to buy a home, or they want to purchase an automobile or lease a vehicle, or they want to establish some credit. And they have credit scores of 550, 600, which is not going to do the job for them. We put these trade lines on, and boom, within 30 to 45 days, they get the increase. Now, the higher amount that you want in points, usually the higher the program. These programs start anywhere from $999, $1,000, and they go all the way up. It just depends on how much you have budget for, and number two, what kind of points you want to get to. So let's go back a little bit. Let's digress a little bit. They don't work for people who have adverse credit. If the credit is not cleaned up, they won't work. They will drag down the scores. If you're sitting with a credit score of anywhere from 500 to 600 with just no credit, and that's the reason, then this is a program for you. We've got people all the time who are at 650, 670. They need to break in the 720s, 740s to get a mortgage, to get a car, to get a business loan, which we'll talk about in the next segment. But this is for personal credit. If you have adverse credit, we can refer you, or you can get some of these programs where they will remove derogatory credit. Not these programs that bill you $50, $60 a month for the next 2 years. I'm talking about programs that right away remove negative things on your credit within 30 to 45 days. My direct number is 561-961-8850, 561-961-8850. You can go to increasemycreditfast.com. And, of course, absolutely no cost to have a consultation, no obligation. I'll tell you exactly how it works. But I want to remind my listening audience that if you're in a situation where you just don't have a lot of credit or you don't have a lot of credit history, this is a fabulous program because within a 30 to 45-day period, you could have a 700, 750 score immediately. We put trade lines on. These are seasoned, what they call seasoned authorized trade lines. They're not primary. There's nothing hokey about them. They're legal. They're legitimate. These are seasoned authorized trade lines with credit lines anywhere from $5,000 up to $50,000. So say you have pretty good credit, but you're maxed out or you have a lot of credit cards. When you put a trade line on, like a $40,000 or $50,000 trade line, what it does is the credit bureau then readjusts and actually averages out now that debt to income where that comes down. So you're not sitting with a 50, 60, 70% balance. So this is also very good for the individual out there who's loaded up in credit and needs a way to show in his credit file to average that out that he's not so maxed out. Now, again, I always caution that if you are sitting with a lot of derogatories, this is not a great idea. This will only work if you have, you're allowed to get away with one or two derogatories, but if you have major credit damage, so to speak, the seasoned authorized trade lines will work, but we'll want to put you in a program to get the derogatories off first. If you go to the site, increasemycredit.com, you can then take a look. We also have the toptradelines.com, which shows the actual inventory of trade lines. But I think one of the things that a lot of my clients appreciate is we work with them. If we get them into a trade line package and it doesn't quite get the credit up, we'll throw an additional trade line on. We have hundreds of trade lines that we use for our clients. And with this particular packages, they will go on anywhere from 30 days to 45 days. They will get your increase. And when you see that increase, and so many people out there have those credit monitoring programs. Of course, you have to have that when you're doing the authorized trade lines with us, because if not, you'll get what they call a hard inquiry. So when they see those posts, they can't believe it. All of a sudden, their credit is just skyrocketing, is just completely shooting up. I think one of the things that also is very important is inquiries. We also can remove the inquiries. Those are a pain, man. If you have 6 or 8 or 10 inquiries, once they're on your credit, they're on for 2 years. Unless you get them off, they stay on, and they really negate certain things for you to get more credit. Now, our program that removes the inquiries, we don't remove them per inquiry. We have a program where we go back 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, 2 years. And whatever inquiries you have during that program, we will remove. And we guarantee that, too. We'll continue to do it until they go off. One of the companies we deal with, which is TransUnion, those can be tough. We'll do whatever we can to get those off. But Experian and Equifax, we guarantee. And as far as the trade lines, listen, we're licensed, bonded, insured. I'm the only company in this business that takes credit cards. I'm the only company with a $10,000 surety bond. We guarantee the trade line to post. If for some reason they do not post, we'll put other ones on. It can happen. It's a rarity. But if there is an issue where they don't post, we will take care of it and put those on. This is a fabulous program for somebody who says, wait a minute, how else am I going to establish the credit? Let's say I don't have any credit whatsoever. Well, you can get a secured credit card and wait months and months for it to post. Of course, if you buy an automobile, that'll show up. But when they're looking at your credit, an automobile or a mortgage, they know that's something generally you're going to pay on. What they want to see is unsecured credit, which you will get from having the seasoned authorized trade lines. They'll show up, they'll give you the score, and then you can go from there. 561-961-8850, 561-961-8850. Give us a call. Operator's always standing by for your consultation. We're going to take a short break.
In today's high-speed economy, good credit and access to lenders is a must. Now you can boost your credit score in a matter of weeks by calling the experts at 30-Day Credit Removal. Don't spend months or years rebuilding your credit. 30-Day Credit Removal's counselors will quickly, ethically, and effectively restore your credit in weeks. Call Lawrence K. and 30-Day Credit Removal today at 561-961-8850. Again, that number for good credit is 561-961-8850. Or you can visit, learn, and sign up for services online at increasemycreditfast.com. Don't wait. A high credit score is just weeks away. Call 561-961-8850. If you have ever wanted to increase your credit score fast, ethically, and legally, then look no further. At Top Trade Lines, we can increase your credit score from 40 to 150 points in as little as 30 to 45 days. By using a powerful technique, we can place seasoned authorized users on your account that will rapidly increase your score. This is a safe way to get your score up fast. Do you need a mortgage or a refinance or maybe a car lease? Well, this is the answer. And for your protection, credit cards are always accepted. Please call Lawrence K. at 561-961-8850. That's 561-961-8850. Again, call Lawrence K. at 561-961-8850. Sometimes in today's economy, getting funding for your small business can be tough. That's why it's important to call LYK Business Consulting. Whether your business is new or established, has credit or no credit, LYK Business Consulting can help you. LYK handles everything from lines of credit and revenue-based funding all the way to just plain business credit cards. And LYK can usually fund in just 5 to 7 days. All you need to do is call Mr. K at 561-961-8850. 561-961-8850. The best thing is Mr. K is not tied to one particular lender, but searches for all the options to find the best funding method that would work for you and your company. And one call does it all. 561-961-8850. Your business needs cash, and Mr. K is the guy to help. Call LYK Business Consulting today. 561-961-8850. Again, 561-961-8850. Have you been turned down for funding for a business because it's too new or unable to obtain credit for your business? Do you need a corporation with all the bells and whistles ready to go? Just call 561-961-8850. Mr. K can help you purchase an already established corporation that can help your business in numerous ways. He'll help you with all you need to know about getting a credit-ready, aged corporation to set your business on the right track, and fast. So, for more information on obtaining an established corporation in various states, call Mr. K at 561-961-8850. That's 561-961-8850, and catapult your business to new heights.
Okay, welcome back. Now, one of the things that I like to talk about a lot is the business funding, because especially down here in the South Florida area, you see it where a lot of people got into trouble financially. They have businesses and they have trouble getting approved for funding. So, you know, as I mention a lot on the air and on my radio ads, you know, I'm a bit of a broker in the sense that I don't have allegiance to any one company. So let's talk about a revenue-based loan. Let's say that you need funding for your business, but you just don't have the credit. Let's start with that, but you need some cash. we do revenue-based funding where basically don't care about your credit. They'll take a look at what you have coming in, and you can get a loan based on that. Sometimes you'll have to pay it weekly. It can be daily. But if you're in a situation where you have a business, you have some money coming through it, we can help you with that. Now, I know these type of loans, they do a lot of telemarketing, a lot of mail-outs and so forth. I only use one or two particular companies with this that have the better rates. You can call me on that, because if you have sort of lackluster credit and you need some money for the business, then those revenue-based loans are normally a way to go if you need the cash pretty quickly. Now, if your credit is pretty good, even as low as 660 to 680, I have business lines of credit where you can get upwards of 200,000 lines of credit, and you only need a score of 660, 680. No bankruptcies, no derogatory, something like that will work for you. And those programs are very good. They only take 5 to 7 days to fund. You don't have to be in business that long, as long as you are the PG on it and your credit is okay. The next opportunity that we can do is what we call corporate cash credit. We have a website, corporatecashcredit.com, where what you can do with this particular program is take your own business, your own corporation, and we'll help you build it out. We'll help you to achieve a Paydex 80 score where you can get some unsecured funding, where you can get some loans, trade credit, and so forth. It's a great program. It doesn't happen overnight. This type of program that we offer takes anywhere from 60 to 90 days, sometimes 120 days. And basically, it will build out your corporation so that you can get some credit-ready funds for that. That's a great program. 561-961-8850, 561-961-8850. And basically, we don't need that much information. We can get it pretty quickly from you or from the business, and then seeing what we can do. See, that's something that's very misleading. You know, if you've ever looked and saw online, whether it be Craigslist or online ads, they talk about, you know, get a lot of money under a corporation, buy a corporation and get hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's very, very misleading. These companies want upfront money, and unless you have a really good credit score, a lot of times that won't happen. You have to be very, very careful. These programs, if you think, hey, I've got lousy credit and all I have to do is buy an aged corporation, I'm going to get hundreds of thousands, it really doesn't work that way. And in my next segment, I'll talk about that. If you want to start a business and you want to show that you've been in business longer, there are ways to get some shelf corporations that have been in business for a number of years, and you can benefit from that. 561-961-8850. Let's go back to what I talked about with the trade lines. If you do not have adverse credit, for example, you can get trade lines immediately on your account that can increase the score anywhere from 100 to 150 points. But let's say you're in a situation like most Americans, I hate to say it, have adverse credit. I've shopped around. I know all of the companies out there. I only deal with one or two of them that handle this kind of credit repair in a 30 to 60 day time period. It's not dragged on, month on, in and out, where they just debit your checking or you pay on a credit card. These are programs that once you sign up, they go after it, and they go after the credit very, very rapidly, and they work out very well. We've got a lot of success with that. That's only for somebody who wants to get trade lines on their account, seasoned authorized trade lines, but doesn't have the credit ready right now. In other words, they have a lot of adverse credit. If you have credit that's not negative, doesn't matter how low it is, maybe you have no credit, the seasoned authorized trade lines are exactly what will work for you. Because what happens is when those trade lines get posted, you can see jumps of anywhere from 50 to 150 points. You're just not going to see that anywhere. It's really the most legal, ethical, honest way to increase a credit score quickly. Our website, increasemycreditfast.com, that's what we talk about, getting rid of the negatives and then the package to get the trade lines on. Packages run anywhere from $1,000 on up, depending on how many trade lines you want. But just to give you an example, like there's a package for $19.99. It's 4 or 5 trade lines, average K 7,000, average 5-year history. I mean, when that hits your credit, you're going to get a significant jump because it's going to show a very good credit history. When you talk about getting funding, whether you need a short-term loan, business loan, or personal loan, a lot of times what they're going to score you at or what they're going to look for is 4 to 5 trade lines, 4 to 5 year history. And you're able to get that through our program. We have a lot of success with that. It's a quick, easy way, painless way, except for, of course, the purchasing, the cost. It's a very painless way to increase your score rapidly and quickly. Our company is licensed, bonded, insured. We have a $10,000 surety bond. We take credit cards. I mean, we're the real deal with regards to adding trade lines on your account. If you have heard our program, you'd like more information, I can speak to you about it. You can go to our websites, 561-961-8850, 561-961-8850. These are programs, I mean, 40 to 50% of Americans across the country have adverse or negative credit. It just, they got hit back in 2008, 2009. They never recovered. This isn't something where, once in a while, maybe a friend who has adverse credit. This is an epidemic as far as the negative credit. And you have to be so careful out there today with the programs, with the programs that are going to help you, not hurt you, programs that you can trust, programs that have money-back guarantees. They allow you to pay by credit card. I mean, that's 100% protection there normally within the first few months if something happens. And we have those various programs that will help you to achieve that. Maybe you're sitting on the fence, you want to refinance your mortgage, maybe you want to get some additional credit, you want to purchase something, you want to lease a vehicle. I mean, I hate to say it, but credit makes the world go round. Having a higher score can help you, forgetting about the funding, getting loans, or buying things. It helps you with insurance. It actually helps you today in employment. They look at scores for insurance. They look at scores for employment. Here, having the higher score really makes that big difference for you. 561-961-8850. 561-961-8850. Or increasemycreditfast.com, increasemycreditfast.com. And then as far as if you want to talk about the business funding, you can go to those websites or you can call me directly. Very painless. These are programs that we see if we can get you approved. There's no cost up front as far as getting the funding. And we find out immediately if you can get approved for a revenue-based funding, a line of credit. We even do things like get you business credit cards. Anything as relates to getting some business lines of credit. There's so many of you out there that have that situation where you need funding for your business or even startups. You have a great idea. You need somebody to help you get the funding. And I'm going to talk about that in the next segment about having a ready-made shelf corporation, what they are, what they aren't, because so many people hear things about, well, what is an age shelf corporation and so forth. So very, very good on that area. The Wholesale Shelf Corporation will be my next segment. Also, keep in mind that when you have a higher score, there's just a lot of different things you can do. You can pay off some loans, you can refinance, you can get some of those zero balance credit cards to not have to pay interest for a while and so forth. But the name of the game here is credit worthy. And do you have that? And if you don't, you could be missing out on a lot of opportunities. I mean, you know what that's like when you have negative or low scores. You really can't do much. You can't lease anything. A lot of times you can't purchase. You go into a store. And, if they have a 90 or 160-day same as cash program, those can work to your benefit because if it's a 1-year program, same as cash, what you can do is you can save the money each month and at the end of the year, pay it off. What happens is a lot of people don't do that and they end up financing it and paying high rates. But if you have, good credit scores, you can use that, you can work for that in your own benefit. That's what's huge about it, not just being able to purchase something with a higher score, but using it for job applications, for insurance, and so forth. All right, we're going to take a short break. Stay with us, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the corporations.
If you have ever wanted to increase your credit score fast, ethically, and legally, then look no further. At Top Trade Lines, we can increase your credit score from 40 to 150 points in as little as 30 to 45 days. By using a powerful technique, we can place seasoned authorized users on your account that will rapidly increase your score. This is a safe way to get your score up fast. Do you need a mortgage or a refinance? Or maybe a car lease? Well, this is the answer. And for your protection, credit cards are always accepted. Please call Lawrence K. at 561-961-8850. That's 561-961-8850. Again, call Lawrence K. at 561-961-8850. Sometimes in today's economy, getting funding for your small business can be tough. That's why it's important to call LYK Business Consulting. Whether your business is new or established, has credit or no credit, LYK Business Consulting can help you. LYK handles everything from lines of credit and revenue-based funding all the way to just plain business credit cards. And LYK can usually fund in just 5 to 7 days. All you need to do is call Mr. K at 561-961-8850. 561-961-8850. The best thing is Mr. K is not tied to one particular lender, but searches for all the options to find the best funding method that would work for you and your company. And one call does it all. 561-961-8850. Your business needs cash, and Mr. K is the guy to help. Call LYK Business Consulting today. 561-961-8850. Again, 561-961-8850.
In the last decade, more than 400,000 people died on America's roadways. That's one person every 13 minutes. Roadway deaths strike the young or old at any time of the year, at any hour of the day or night. And it doesn't matter whether you drive a car on a highway, ride a motorcycle or bicycle on a country road, or simply take a walk near traffic. Everyone is at risk. Since 1969, members of the American Traffic Safety Services Association have worked diligently to make our nation's roadways safer by providing the majority of roadway safety features, including bright signs and pavement markings, guardrails, and crash cushions. These are just some of the roadway devices that save thousands of lives each day. Since most of our roadways were built in the 1950s, there's so much more work that needs to be done to reach the ultimate goal of zero deaths. Safer roads save lives. To learn how you can get involved, visit atssa.com. A public service message from the American Traffic Safety Services Association.
Have you been turned down for funding for a business because it's too new or unable to obtain credit for your business? Do you need a corporation with all the bells and whistles ready to go? Just call 561-961-8850. Mr. K can help you purchase an already established corporation that can help your business in numerous ways. He'll help you with all you need to know about getting a credit-ready, aged corporation to set your business on the right track, and fast. So, for more information on obtaining an established corporation in various states, call Mr. K at 561-961-8850. That's 561-961-8850, and catapult your business to new heights. In today's high-speed economy, good credit and access to lenders is a must. Now you can boost your credit score in a matter of weeks by calling the experts at 30-Day Credit Removal. Don't spend months or years rebuilding your credit. 30-Day Credit Removal's counselors will quickly, ethically, and effectively restore your credit in weeks. Call Lawrence K. and 30-Day Credit Removal today at 561-961-8850. Again, that number for good credit is 561-961-8850. Or you can visit, learn, and sign up for services online at IncreaseMyCreditFast.com. Don't wait. A high credit score is just weeks away. Call 561-961-8850.
By the way, one of the things also that they wanted me to mention at LYK Business Consulting is, and you see the ads, if you are at home watching TV, you see the ads constantly being barraged. Do you owe taxes? Are you behind in taxes? One of the things that LYK Business Consulting does, and it's a lot less expensive, if you have back taxes or you owe, they can help you. They can show you how to do settlements. They can show you how to do offer and compromises where you'll actually do it, and they'll consult with you, and they can save you quite a bit on that. 961-8850, 561-961-8850. So if you're sitting, with a tax lien on your credit report, they can show you how to get that satisfied and even later on have it removed. It's a very good program, what they do. So give them a call, LYK Business Consulting. They wanted me to mention that on the air. Okay. Now, what is a shelf corporation and what it isn't? A shelf corporation is a corporation that's been sitting, that has time built up into it, that you can purchase and effectively go into business very quickly. The shelf corporations that our company provides, they don't have tax returns. They don't have trade lines. That is a very gray, fraudulent area. These are clean shelf corporations. They come with an EIN number. They come with a Dun & Bradstreet number. They come with 411 Google listings, Yelp listings. They come with the filing of the Secretary of State. There's other options you can get. But this is a program, a shelf corporation, anywhere from 1 year up to 10 years, wherein effectively you're in business. You can do a foreign entity registration. So wherever that corporation is, it doesn't matter. If you're in Florida, you're doing business, you can change the name eventually. But a lot of people buy these corporations to get funding. A lot of times on a startup or a person has a new business, they're just not going to get looked at as far as getting funding for their business. When they have one of these shelf corporations, clean, no debts on it, no liabilities, they guarantee the corporation, they're able to go out in the marketplace and get funding right away. Now, these corporations, depending on how old, can run anywhere from $2,000 up to $8,000. It really depends on how old you want to go. They also help you build the Paydex 80 score. That Paydex 80 score is something that can help you get unsecured or secured funding for that business, for that corporation. So, if you have a startup or you have a new business and you'd like something to show that you've been around for a while, that you have a presence, you can go with one of these ready shelf corporations. Again, I want to just advise, because there's ads out there for corporations that already come with trade lines. Those are a very, very gray area, because that isn't you. When you purchase a corporation from us, it's guaranteed to be free of any type of debt. There's no claims against it. It's a brand new EIN number, a new Dun & Bradstreet number. But for all intents and purposes, it is an older corporation. And this can work fabulous for somebody who's got a business that wants to show they've been in business for a while. 561-961-8850, 561-961-8850, and we can sort of go over the programs if you'd like. You can also look at the website, which is wholesale-shelfcorporations.com, wholesale-shelfcorporations.com. And again, if you look at it and you see something you like, call our direct number at LYK Business so that you can receive the discounts and so forth that we have running on the air for these programs. Going back to the business credit, if you have a situation where you just don't have the proper credentials or credit in order to get a business loan, we'll help you to get, again, what they call a revenue-based loan, which is based on your business. They're very easy to get. The rates are not the greatest, but if you need a cash infusion, they can help you with that. And then normally within a short period of time, you can pay it off or refinance it. That's a very, very strong program. Let's go back, because I get a lot of activity on the trade lines for personal credit. And I also want to mention that these trade lines are not for business. They're not to put on your corporation. We can show you how to build credit lines for your business yourself, but we absolutely do not add any business trade lines or primary trade lines. This is a very, very gray area. As you as a primary, it doesn't work, and it's not the right thing to do. These are seasoned, authorized trade lines that get added to your Social Security and your credit file. They're not CPN numbers. They're not any of these vague extra numbers to get started. I mean, I've heard stories that those have worked. I've heard stories that they don't. But when you buy seasoned authorized trade lines from us, you actually have to show us a copy of your Social Security card to validate it's you, and that's where they're going on. So when you purchase a seasoned authorized trade line or one of our packages, like I said, you can have scores anywhere from 40 to 150 points, depending on what you need. But let's give an example. Let's say you have a fairly reasonable score of 650, 660. You buy a package now, we get you up in the mid-700s. You're ready to go. You can do a lot of different things with that. But what about the person who has no credit? Let's say their score is 400 or 500, but it's not 400 or 500 because of adverse credit. It's just 400 or 500 because there's no credit. Well, when you add a package, we don't have any idea how high it can go. We've seen people add a package and jump 170 points because there was nothing on there. Now, all of a sudden, there's 4 or 5 trade lines on there, and boom, they shoot up. So the nice thing about that is you don't always have to get the biggest package. And these work. I had a client call who had no credit whatsoever, okay? So he bought a fairly substantial package. He put it on. It took about 45 days. It usually takes about 30 to 50 days for them to post. He called me up. He said, I have an 813 score, which was phenomenal. He went out and did some business funding for his business and got some credit cards. We even help you to get the credit cards if you want, or you can go out and do that on your own. If you have been sort of thinking about credit and how do I increase it, you know, without having to get a secured card or go out and, you know, buy some crappy loan, get a crappy loan somewhere just to establish credit, this is the way to do it with seasoned, authorized trade lines. 561-961-8850, 561-961-8850, or the website, increasemycreditfast.com. It's exactly how it's, exactly how it's told. Increasemycreditfast.com. And, you know, when you listen to a show like this, a lot of times you're driving in the car and you don't remember, you want to write down the number, you want to write down the website. That's why I try to give it out frequently, because you might be flipping the channels, FM or AN on our station. But if you have thought about trying to do something for your credit to get better funding, either A, personally, buy a house, or you're looking for something for business to get your business funded, refinance, increasing your credit with seasoned authorized trade lines, we'll do it for you. And we can also, if you have a credit monitoring service, we can take a look at the credit, see if you would qualify for this type of program. Not everybody does. Sometimes they just have too much adversity or too much negativity on the credit profile, but we can help you to eliminate that also, give you some restoration tips, show you how to get a better status in the beginning, and then add the trade lines. We can help remove inquiries. There's a lot of programs we do. The companies have been around 7 to 8 years. They're licensed, bonded, insured, $10,000 surety bond. We're one of the only companies in this business that actually takes credit cards. When you see these fly-by-night companies that say, well, pay me in cash or a Western Union or money order, turn around and run away. We are one of the few that takes credit cards, checks, so that you have a record of it, you know, not wire transfers, not cash, not money orders, and so forth. 561-961-8850, 561-961-8850. If you go to the website, increasemycreditfast.com, you get some information and you want some information from me, just do one of those logins, or they'll ask you on there, you know, for the contact. If you want some information, click it on, put your email. We're very busy. You know, we'll call you back, and If you're not interested or it's something you want to move forward, fine. That's what my clients like about us at LYK Business. We don't hammer you every month. Hey, did you make a decision? Thank God we get a lot of business coming in. So the lead, as we call it, the lead does not get recycled. We'll give you the information. You'd like us to call you back, we will. If you'd like to move forward, great. If not, don't worry about it. You're not going to keep getting called from us. Because sometimes when you go to our site, it will ask for your name and phone number. Nobody's going to hammer calling you. But if you hear something on the show that you feel could be advantageous to you, and it's all advantageous. I mean, every other person you talk to has a credit issue. They're looking for funds for their business. They want to build their business. I mean, that's the name of the game today in the business world. People want an edge. Maybe they want to do additional marketing. Maybe they want to do website marketing. They don't have the funds. Is there a way that I can get some funds to increase my business? 561-961-8850. 961-8850, area code 561. I said it enough times. I should not have known. But we'll take one more break, come back, and then we'll wrap up.
Have you been turned down for funding for a business because it's too new or unable to obtain credit for your business? Do you need a corporation with all the bells and whistles ready to go? Just call 561-961-8850. Mr. K can help you purchase an already established corporation that can help your business in numerous ways. He'll help you with all you need to know about getting a credit-ready, aged corporation to set your business on the right track, and fast. So, for more information on obtaining an established corporation in various states, call Mr. K at 561-961-8850. That's 561-961-8850, and catapult your business to new heights. In today's high-speed economy, good credit and access to lenders is a must. Now you can boost your credit score in a matter of weeks by calling the experts at 30-Day Credit Removal. Don't spend months or years rebuilding your credit. 30-Day Credit Removal's counselors will quickly, ethically, and effectively restore your credit in weeks. Call Lawrence K and 30-Day Credit Removal today at 561-961-8850. Again, that number for good credit is 561-961-8850. Or you can visit, learn, and sign up for services online at IncreaseMyCreditFast.com. Don't wait. A high credit score is just weeks away. Call 561-961-8850. Sometimes in today's economy, getting funding for your small business can be tough. That's why it's important to call LYK Business Consulting. Whether your business is new or established, has credit or no credit, LYK Business Consulting can help you. LYK handles everything from lines of credit and revenue-based funding all the way to just plain business credit cards. And LYK can usually fund in just 5 to 7 days. All you need to do is call Mr. K at 561-961-8850. 561-961-8850. The best thing is Mr. K is not tied to one particular lender, but searches for all the options to find the best funding method that would work for you and your company. And one call does it all. 561-961-8850. Your business needs cash, and Mr. K is the guy to help. Call LYK Business Consulting today. 561-961-8850. Again, 561-961-8850. If you have ever wanted to increase your credit score fast, ethically, and legally, then look no further. At Top Trade Lines, we can increase your credit score from 40 to 150 points in as little as 30 to 45 days. By using a powerful technique, we can place seasoned authorized users on your account that will rapidly increase your score. This is a safe way to get your score up fast. Do you need a mortgage or a refinance or maybe a car lease? Well, this is the answer. And for your protection, credit cards are always accepted. Please call Lawrence K at 561-961-8850. That's 561-961-8850. Again, call Lawrence K at 561-961-8850.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes two. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese!
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Okay, welcome back. I want to hit that area because we get a lot of calls for that, for the business funding. I want to talk about that for a minute because a lot of times a person thinks, well, I don't have the good business credit. I'm not going to be able to walk into a Wells Fargo and get a $250,000 loan, but we can show you at least how to get initially some revenue-based loans. We can also show you how to build the corporate business up where you can get unsecured funding, where you can then get some business funding for your business. And that's what it's all about today. I mean, if you go around, our business doesn't deal with big corporations. We deal with, mom and pop businesses, anywhere upwards of $10, $20 million or, as little as $100,000 a year in revenue. And, most people, if their credit is somewhat challenged and they go into a bank, the bank's going to say, look, we'll give you a line of credit, but you're going to have to be a personal guarantor. Now, if you want to do that, if you want to be a PG for your business and you don't have the credit capacity, that's where we can help you with the personal end. We can help you with the restoration. We can help get trade lines on your account, where now you can walk into a bank and either get personal funding or get funding for your business. And it's a big difference. I mean, a lot of people who get the trade lines, it gets their score up, they end up refinancing their mortgage or they get a better deal on a car. And, especially on a mortgage, you save a couple of points. You're talking big money over a 10, 15, 20-year period. But it goes deeper than that. Having positive credit helps with getting, for example, insurance, better insurance rates. It can help with employment. There's a lot of things that you can do with the better credit scores today. And we help you do that. 561-961-8850, 561-961-8850. LYK asked me also to mention again at the break that they do offering compromises. If you have big tax liens, if you have judgments or anything to do with owing the IRS, they can save you quite a bit of money. They're not real big players in it. So, they don't have to get large amounts for big marketing campaigns like you see on TV all the time. And they can save you as far as helping you to get settlements with the IRS because they're looking today. The IRS, if you come forward and you come up with a plan, they are willing to look at that. I know they settled somebody who had, he must have had at least $60,000 or $70,000 IRS debt, went through bankruptcy, went through personal, went through medical, and they were able to take all that information and disseminate it to the IRS. And he ended up settling for, I think it was $1,000 or $1,500 on a $60,000 debt. And they can show you how to do that if you have an IRS debt, a big one, large one, small one, whatever. They'll work for you on your behalf. 561-961-8850. 561-961-8850. Let me go over some of those websites. Again, if you go to one of the websites and you see something that you're interested, call our direct number because by hearing us on the radio and looking at the website, you will save substantially. They always give discounts to radio listeners anywhere. You've got the IncreaseMyCreditFast.com. You have WholesaleShelfCorporations.com, which talks about the shelf corporations. You have the Trade Line program. That website is TopTradeLines.com. And then you have funding programs for business, CorporateCashCredit.com, CorporateCashCredit.com. I know, especially if you're driving, I'm throwing out a lot of websites. You can always call our office, and we can email you or text you even the websites, and you can look at them at your leisure, 561-961-8850. You can look at them at your leisure. But again, once you go on there and you take a look, go back to LYK Business so that they can give you a really good opportunity on any of those programs, helping to build your business, helping to build your personal credit, helping to restore the credit so that you can then put trade lines on or do whatever you want to do after that. There's so many different ways to go with it. But again, it really depends on what you're looking for. Do you need business capital? Do you need personal capital? Do you want to refinance a car or refinance a home? Or you want to lease a car? I mean, look, you see those ads on TV. I mean, if you watch the Super Bowl, you know, every other ad is a car ad, and it says, hey, $199 a month for 3 years. You know, those are great deals, but what is a little caption below? You know, WOC with approved credit, okay? WAC with approved credit. And if you don't have that higher score, don't even bother. So you can get some trade lines, and even the cost of the trade lines will not outweigh getting a better deal on a car, because once those trade lines go on, you can get something on one of those approved credit deals that you couldn't normally get. So let's say you have to make an expenditure of some trade lines. Believe me, that benefit of putting those trade lines on is worth its weight in gold for needing types of credit down the road. So if you've heard some information, you'd like to get some additional information, you'd like to have a consultation on the phone is fine. They can go over all the programs at LYK. 561-961-8850. 561-961-8850. And, of course, the website, the first one is IncreaseMyCreditFast.com, WholesaleShelfCorporations.com, CorporateCashCredit.com, and TopTradeLines.com. And, by the way, all these websites have a 15, 20-minute video. I urge you to watch it. It'll really give you a lot of good information, tells completely about the program, the guarantees, what we do, what we don't do. You'll be very, very satisfied with watching one of those short videos and then getting back to us. So to the listening audience out there, I enjoyed the program for this past hour, hoping to get some information out to you all. And we'll see you again next week. Thanks so much for listening.
You have been listening to How to Increase My Credit with your host, Lawrence Kay, a program designed to help you legally and ethically increase your credit fast. If you want to succeed, it's time to get your personal and business credit to where it needs to be. Call Lawrence at 561-961-8850. That's 561-961-8850. For even more information, go to IncreaseMyCreditFast.com. And tune in again next time for How to Increase My Credit with Lawrence Kay.